What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports. And the Phillies dropped the first game against the Arizona Diamondbacks by a score of 3-2. Yeah, the Arizona Diamondbacks, the worst, one of the worst teams in Major League Baseball this year. Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep this short just because it is late. It is 12:30, quarter to 1 at this point. I don't want to keep you guys up and whenever you're watching this video, so I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet with the recap because you know why this game was very quick. It felt quick because the Phillies offense is in a major slump. They are. They got 3 hits in this entire ball game. 3 hits against the Diamondbacks pitching. They had other base runners too, but majority of those were walks, and they really couldn't do anything. The offense is really being carried by Bryce Harper. Gets another home run tonight. He can't do everything by himself. And you can definitely tell this offense is kind of missing Rhys Hoskins. It kind of is. And I know the reports are saying that he could be back in the lineup tomorrow, but right now I don't want to get my hopes up for that, but hopefully he does return to the lineup tomorrow because that's a definite piece that they are missing. Because, yeah, maybe starting Brad Miller right now every day is not the best option every day because, yeah, that's a definite hole in your lineup, especially missing Rhys Hoskins. And with a couple of other batters that look like they are getting into slumps. Gene Segura looks like he's getting into a slump. JT Realmuto, he's been very hot and cold. Didi Gregorius, his bat just really hasn't been the same since coming back from the injury. And so on and so forth. Really, your only big bats right now have been Bryce Harper and the occasional Ronald Reyes. And also the occasional Brad Miller, but that's still on the occasion. And Kyle Gibson, I felt bad for him because the offense just didn't give him support. I thought he pitched a pretty solid game, but those maybe 1 or 2 mistakes that he made, sadly, it resulted in runs for the Diamondbacks, but it's more on the offense not helping them. 3 runs is, honestly, like, Diamondbacks scoring 3 runs, you should be able to pound this team. You should be able to score as many runs possible on this team. And they didn't. I don't blame Kyle Gibson whatsoever. Yeah, he made a couple of mistakes. That bit him in the ass. But the offense, at the end of the day, needs to hit this Diamondbacks team. Because now, you drop this first game to where this should have been a game where you set the tone for the series. But right now, you allow the Diamondbacks to set the tone for the series. Now you got to win tomorrow, and you have to win Thursday. You cannot lose a series to the Diamondbacks. That's just very unacceptable. After coming off an 8-game win streak. Okay, you lose to the Dodgers. That was probably going to be expected. Everyone expected that to happen. You lose a series to the Reds. Reds are a better team than you. But you can't lose 3 series after winning 8 straight. You just can't do that. You cannot do that. Even though this team, they're going to be in there till the very end. That is definite. You still can't lose 3 series in a row after winning 8 straight. That's just the definition of how frustrating this Phillies team has been this year. So, going throughout this ball game, Phillies get the first run of the game. Bryce Harper somehow, I don't know how he hit this ball out of the ballpark, but he did. It was like yay high, right by his head. And he buried it into the ballpark right by the pool area. Makes it a 1-0 Phillies lead. Josh Rojas, for some reason, Kyle Gibson just couldn't get him out. His 3rd hit of the night, he gets a double, which is an RBI double, to tie the ball game up at 1. Go bottom 6. You got Christian Walker getting on base, and you got 2 outs, 2 strikes to Josh Van Meter, and he crushes a home run. The right field just gets over the wall, and it's a 3-run Diamondbacks lead. And the Phillies, they get a wild, useless run, I guess you can say. Even though I wouldn't say it's useless because, yes, technically they did have a chance to tie the game in the top of the 9th inning. Wild pitch by Tyler Clippard makes it 3-2. Alec Boehm, he had a runner in scoring position after that as Travis Jankowski was able to go to second base. But Alec Boehm flew out on the next couple of pitches in that at bat after the wild pitch. And that is how your game ends. 3 hits for the Phillies. They did have base runners in other innings. They had chances to score. I think especially in that top of the 6th or top of the 7th inning, where you get Travis Jankowski and Odubel Herrera to get on base with walks, and then you get Gene Segura flying out to end the inning. There were a couple of innings where the Phillies worked a couple of walks. They walked 6 times in total in this ballgame, if I am not mistaken. If I look at the Diamondbacks pitching, 6 walks in total, so the Phillies walked 6 times tonight. So, yeah, they've had their chances today. They did. They definitely did, and they just couldn't do anything. The offense was completely lifeless. Completely. Kyle Gibson on the night, 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and the home run allowed in that later part of the ballgame. J.D. Hammer was electric out of the bullpen, actually. He pitches the 7th and the 8th inning, pitches all of those, and gets 4 strikeouts. No hits, no earned runs, no walks allowed. Really good by J.D. Hammer. Really, really good. And also, during the inning where the Diamondbacks tied the game, there was a nice 3-way play by Brad Miller, Didi, and Kyle Gibson to get out of the inning. And there were, throughout the ballgame, too, especially later in the ballgame, it was the bottom of the 8th, little fan interference action. The umpires, for some reason, didn't call that fan interference where he was clearly reaching over the wall, which prevented Andrew McCutchen from making out, but that definitely was the major impact in the ballgame whatsoever because J.D. Hammer managed to get the strikeout the very next pitch. But still, it was I would say a very weird ballgame at the same time. The Phillies, a couple of at-bats, it looked like they had a chance to drive a ball. For some reason, it just died. Didi had a ball, which was, I think it was in the 8th inning. It was between the 6th and the 8th inning where he crushed the ball, it felt like. But it just died right at the warning track. There were a couple of at-bats for both teams that it felt like that way, where it felt like they crushed the ball, but the ball just died. I don't know if it was just the stadium being absolutely empty to where the ball off the bat sounded way louder than it probably actually was. But still, it felt like there were a lot of chances missed in this game for this team, especially for the Diamondbacks pitching. Seriously, how do you not hit them? There were a lot of pitches left over the middle of the plate. A lot of them. Going to the lineup, Gene Segura, 0 for 4. J.T. Realmuto, 0 for 4. 2 strikeouts. Bryce Harper, one part of the lone offense in this game, 1 for 3 with the solo shot in the 3rd inning. Didi Gregorius, 1 for 4. He got the 2nd hit of the game for the Phillies, and the Phillies went hitless between the 4th and the 9th inning. They didn't get their 3rd hit of the ballgame until the 9th inning, which was from Brad Miller. Andrew McCutchen, he goes 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Brad Miller, he goes 1 for 4. He got the 3rd hit of the night for the Phillies. Ronald Torreyes, he goes 0 for 4. Travis Jankowski, he goes 0 for 1. He had 3 walks in this ballgame, actually. And Kyle Gibson, he goes 0 for 2. Odubel Herrera had a pinch hit. He walked. And Alec Boehm had that final pinch hit opportunity and flew out to end the ballgame. Runners in scoring position, Phillies were 0 for 5, and they left 7 runners total stranded on base. And looking at the rest of the series, you're going to have Rangers Suarez tomorrow going up against Castellanos. That is another 9:40 start for this team. And like I said, losing this first game of the series really put you in a setback because you could have set the tone for the series, winning with Kyle Gibson on the mound. But you didn't do it. Ranger Suarez, he has been very good out of the bullpen. He has been very solid as a starter so far. Hopefully that can continue tomorrow, but the offense really needs to wake up because you're going to have a bullpen game tomorrow. For Ranger Suarez, it's guaranteed he goes hopefully 4 or 5 innings if he can keep his pitch count low. Hopefully. But that's not guaranteed. I'm not saying Ranger Suarez is going to shit the bed, but it's not guaranteed. Your offense really needs to wake up. And then you're going to have a Thursday afternoon game, 3:40. Zach Wheeler on the mound going up against Madison Bumgarner. Zach Wheeler had a very sluggish performance against the Cincinnati Reds. Hopefully he can bounce back, and I really do expect him to bounce back. I'm not worried about Zach Wheeler whatsoever. And also going up against Madison Bumgarner, who has actually been a lot better since the All-Star break for the Diamondbacks. So, yeah, the offense really needs to step up because after this series, you're going to have a series against the San Diego Padres. So you're going from one of the worst teams in baseball to one of the best teams in baseball. Look at that discrepancy. Oh boy. And then next week, you're going to have an off day on Monday before you come home to play the Tampa Bay Rays for 2 games. So there you go. You're going to have 1 bad team and 2 good teams in a row. And then right after the Tampa Bay Rays, you're playing the Diamondbacks again for 4 games. So yeah, the Phillies are going to be really familiar with this Diamondbacks team over the next 2 weeks. They really need to get these wins. Really, really do, because the Braves won today. So they're now 2.5 games above the Phillies for first place. So if you look at the standings now, the Braves, they are 64 and 56, 2.5 games above the Phillies, and they're 4.5 games above the Mets, who also lost to the Giants today. So technically the Mets are still losing as well. They just fell a game below 500. They are 59 and 60. And the Phillies, with this loss, they are 61 and 58. And in their last 10, they are 5 and 5, and they have lost 2 series in a row. Well, not this series. They've lost 2 series in a row since winning their 8 straight games. Yeah, and I wasn't really able to cover that series against the Reds. I was really busy over the weekend, but still, it was very frustrating not being able to get the win with Zach Wheeler on the mound, Aaron Noles struggling on Sunday, and then now this game. Kyle Gibson gives you a pretty solid outing, and the offense just doesn't do anything. It's really frustrating. It is really frustrating, and now you have to win these next 2 games. It's unacceptable if you lose a series to this team. It really is. It is. So, I think this is where it's going to end off here. So, everyone, what are your thoughts on this game? Kyle Gibson's performance, Bryce Harper, the offense being absolutely dead. I want to hear all your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to leave those down there. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. Don't forget to check out the Painted Lines, which I'm a part of. Their links are down in the description below. Also, don't forget to check out the links to Broads Media, the Florida Pod merchandise website, and also Flyers Nitty Gritty. All of that stuff is down in the description below. Don't forget to check those out. And the most important thing you can do is subscribe to the channel. I will greatly appreciate that. And I will see you next time.